So I've had my PS5 since February of 2021, and honestly when I say this was probably the best day of my life. And if you're wondering what games you should play on your PS5, I'm gonna rank over 30 PS5, nearly 40 games that I have played that you must freaking play on your PS5. Some of them may be on sale and some may be on the PS Plus subscription service. So one way or another, you're gonna save some money with these games. What is going on? What is going on? This can't be real. This can't be.
Oh, Jesus. Jesus. Just a joke.
We have a lot to get through, so make sure you watch the entire video so then you can let me know what game you're going to be starting or what one you're going to play. And FYI, when I was ranking these games, it was very hard to do so because I'm stuck between being hyped from just playing some of these games. So my thinking behind this was, what game could I go back and play over and over again? Now, Assassin's Creed Valhalla was the first proper game I played on my PS5. And I hadn't played an Assassin's Creed game since the Ezio days. Put over 120 hours into the game, including the DLCs. For the majority, I loved the game, including all of those bugs.
Okay, nice and quiet. How did he see me through?
I love the fact that you had your home base and you could build buildings, upgrade your village, and I really enjoyed this. The battle raids were so much fun to get materials and missions. I missed more of the assassination missions from the old game, and yes, the stealth was completely broken in this game. As I was just getting invested with the story, it would take a complete U-turn and you would start another sub-story. The customization was one of my favorites in the game. No, I didn't purchase any gear or cosmetics, no way I would spend more money. And I wouldn't mind giving this game a go, but you can't even do a new game plus on this game. Far Cry 6 was a game I really did enjoy, but according to Metacritic, yeah, I don't think people like that game. I probably liked it because it was the first Far Cry game I had played since my PS3, I believe. Still, it's a typical Ubisoft game if you do like those sort of games, which I do. They're quite fun from time to time. The story wasn't groundbreaking, but it was good enough. The combat, the gunplay felt like a typical Far Cry game.
Destroy! I repeat!
But the NPCs were dumb as f***. Gotham Knights is a game I really enjoyed. You are so immature. You're so immature. I played over 30 hours of this game, and no, it isn't the next big AAA title in the world of Batman. I really enjoyed having the option of playing as either of the 4 Gotham Knights. The combat was fun.
The city was...
Yeah, the scene was pretty boring. I really enjoyed the main missions and the side missions of this game. You could tell they tried to make this into an Avengers game and then realize how much that flopped and then tried to double back round. But then you could tell there was aspects of a live service game. The customization was really cool, but then there was aspects of the customization bit that I did not understand, which I was like, what? You have to mix these chips and stuff? What? I've done a review on this game, so you might want to check that out. Now, I used to love racing games back in the day, and Gran Turismo 7 is a game that I really did love. I just don't play it enough now. If you love racing simulating games, this is incredible. This is a car fanatic's dream come true. The challenges, the licenses you can do, the cafe area where you follow races for specific cars and then it tells you the history about that car. I love this part of the game. It is made for newcomers as well, so don't be put off thinking that I don't know anything about the upgrades. You can literally just upgrade your car and this makes it faster, this makes it lighter, it makes it better. I do play it from time to time when I'm a bit bored. When Stray first dropped on the PS Plus service, oh my gosh, I was thinking, how much fun can you have as a cat? Turns out you can have a lot of fun. This is one of these games that will not take a hell of a lot of time to complete, but it's a game that is so damn fun to play, and with a deeper story than you may think. You lose your family and you're trying to find your way home, and you explore this incredible cyberpunk city filled with robots, and you start to investigate why this city is enclosed and what happened to the humans years ago. There are some really cool missions, and I would love a sequel to this game. You get a little companion, B12, who keeps emotes reminding me of BD1, but B12 will help you communicate with the robots and fight off some other enemies in the game. Now, I have no idea why the Callisto Protocol got a lot of hate when it came out. Yes, I understand there was a lot of bugs, especially on PC, but I didn't experience any problems on PS5. Yes, it was frustrating because mostly when there were so many enemies in a certain place, it became overwhelming and annoying not being able to get out of the way. They have made some massive improvements after I played the game, with faster reloading times, faster healing times. It felt quite slow, but they've improved these aspects of the game. And I bought the DLC, and I still haven't played it. It's on my backlog. Graphics are unbelievable. You can tell they spent a lot of money on this game, which is probably well over budget. Metro Exodus is an amazing story-driven survival game. Yes, a survival game, because you will be low on bullets if you're not careful. You play as Artyom, a 24-year-old survivor that has been brought up in the Metro tunnels. At the start of the game, you are attacked by creatures that live in the tunnels, forcing Artyom to leave his home and to seek help in the Metro capital. The land above is covered in pollution and toxic, so you do need to use a gas mask. The story starts off quite slow, but when I say you build a relationship with these characters, I ended up loving some of these characters, and at the ending, wow, it was very emotional. Now, I'm looking forward to the DLC to Cyberpunk 2077, and I wanted to give this game another go before I play that DLC. I'm not sure if I'm going to have time, and it's just a shame that this will be the only DLC for Cyberpunk, probably because they spent so much freaking time fixing the damn game. So I played Cyberpunk quite a while back now, and it was very impressive. It was 90% polished with only a few bugs I experienced, like flipping getting launched from my motorbike for no reason. If you're thinking about playing this game, I think this is the best state possible, and I do believe there will be another patch coming with the DLC, which will pretty much complete the game, which is crazy because it's been, what, 3 years? 3 years. This is a non-linear open world RPG, very similar to The Witcher 3 in terms of how the game runs, but with completely different aesthetics and story. Now, the gunplay is super fun and you get some cool weapons. Can feel overwhelming at times, but there will be new features, some already here and some are coming, like new multiple apartments. That was not there when I played the game. The police AI has been completely overhauled, and I think they're going to complete that with the DLC. The progression of the game has also been improved, so I think I need to give this game a try before the DLC comes out. Maybe I'll start again. Dead Island 2. What can I say about this game at launch? Yeah, it wasn't broken at launch, guys. And set in LA, and the city is set up into zones, and you are immune from this virus that is turning everyone into zombies, and you are trying to find your way to safety to reverse engineer a vaccine because you are special. The combat and the gore mechanics is where the fun is at with this game. It's crazy the amount of weapons you get, the upgrades you can do with them, the variety of zombies. I thought when I got guns I would enjoy that more, but no. The melee weapons is where it's all at. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is another game I loved, not just because I'm Greek. What are you doing? You're 31. I am Alexios. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You're not meant to show people you buy these sort of costumes. Anyways, I freaking love this game more so than Valhalla, and it's not just because I'm Greek and dress up as a Spartan from time to time. Yes, it was a massive game, too big, but damn did I just love the visuals and what ancient Greece would have looked like. I wouldn't have bought this damn outfit otherwise. Exploring the Greek islands as either Cassandra or Alexios, I love the combat in the game. You were basically a Spartan, not an assassin, but that's how just some of these Assassin's Creed games are. Like I said, I wanted to play it again and again, but when I started a new game plus, I realized this game is way too big, so I didn't bother. That's why some of these linear games have so much more replayability, because you don't have to waste a whole year enjoying it again. It's definitely worth a try, and with Assassin's Creed Origins, as of this video, completed Origins, I didn't realize how close I was to the ending, but I really did enjoy that game, again because of the aesthetic of Egypt. Like, come on, there's no doubt that some of these Assassin's Creed games, Odyssey and Origin, they're just beautiful. But these two games are definitely worth a playthrough. I'm just gonna do some Greek dancing before the next game. Looking back at my playthrough of Elden Ring, wow, I put in over 70 hours of this game and I still haven't completed it. Now I stopped playing because I know I need to do more research of the game, leveling up. It's not just a game you can pick up for 20 minutes and play. You do need to put hours into this game to see some progression. It does give you the absolute freedom, which is crazy and I'm probably not used to. Just remember that if you're a gamer who likes to make some progress quickly in a game because you don't have a lot of time, yeah, you might not enjoy this game. It's more so for the hardcore gamers out there. Nevertheless, even though I haven't completed it, I freaking love the game, and the hours I have done on the game is some of the most fun I have had. The sense of achievement when I beat some of these damn bosses was unbelievable because I felt like I earned it. I will pick up this game again. Not sure when, but I will. Alan Wake Remastered is a game I thought, you know what, I don't think I would like it, but damn, this is one of the best storytelling games I have played. It's like watching Secret Window with Johnny Depp, one of my favorite films. It really reminds me of that. You need to see that film. This game follows a writer, Alan Wake, going to a creepy town with his wife, and then all of a sudden he finds himself in a car accident. The place he went with his wife doesn't exist. Using the light to stay safe and your gun and other cool weapons in the game, this has such a satisfying ending, and with Alan Wake 2 coming very soon, been delayed just a little bit. It's annoying that it's digital only, but what are you gonna do, arseholes? A lot of you may know Dead Space from back in the day, and I never played the original, but wow, was I impressed with Dead Space Remake. A linear horror experience with a lot of jump scares. This is a game worth playing for sure. This is the generation all about remakes, but why not, eh? With these original ideas from some of these amazing games, it's amazing that they can bring them to modern day hardware. So as long as the game is good and it's justified, I don't mind buying a remake. Not Red Dead Redemption. To the PS1 and SNES. Now, a lot of you might be shocked that Horizon Forbidden West is quite high on this list, but when I was done playing with it, I was done playing with it. I feel like there's not a lot of replayability with some of these open world games because they're so big. Now, I love the exploring more than anything. I wasn't really a fan of the combat, but I did enjoy the DLC, especially with that new character, Seika. She's a bit hot.
How come? I've told you, Newtro, before. You can't just talk about women like that. You will get cancelled.
I just said she was hot.
Yes, you did, and you will go to prison.
You're an idiot.
Do not assume what I may or may not be.
SIFU is one of my favorite games on the PS5 because this was such an amazing experience, and I recommend this epic action-paced kung fu experience. You see your father get killed and you get killed yourself, but this special pendant stops you from dying, so you're on a quest to beat the crap out of a lot of enemies and get answers. Obviously, as you die in the game, you will get a little bit older and you become much more wiser, and yeah, you look older. It is such a cool game, and when you get used to the buttons and the combos, oh my gosh, you feel like Ip Man. I know that's Wing Chun, but what great films they are. I just love that nightclub scene. Back the fuck up. Who doesn't love Uncharted? Damn, do I miss this franchise. Now, you better play all of the other games because a Thieves end in 60 FPS. What a beautiful game from Naughty Dog. I do need to play this game again. Nathan Drake goes on one last epic adventure, and damn, is it an emotional one. I think I was at school. I was 14 years old when I first played this on my PS3. So this character is up there with one of my favorite PlayStation characters. Epic climbing, shooting, running, car chases. This game has everything. I forgot how good this game was. So it's been a while since I played some of these games, but Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, this was unbelievable. And this is one of the few games that takes advantage of the DualSense. It's Insomniac. What do you expect? They're amazing. They're the best. Now, this game impressed me so much. The different worlds in this game and the way you travel through dimensions, this is a game you must play. Jesus, I need more time. Imagine I was in a time loop like Deathloop. Then I'll have all the time in the world for these games. Anyways, on to the next one. Kena Bridge of Spirits, another game that I absolutely love, and I just need more time to play this game. Imagine I was in a time loop like Deathloop. Then I'll have all the time in the world for these games. Wait a second. World of Kena, a spirit guide. It's a linear story with a semi-open world feel to it. The world really does feel semi-open world where you have a lot of side quests and you can just travel around these environments that are just beautiful. There are chests to unlock, there are places to visit, and it feels like there's so much to do. The combat reminds me of Demon Souls and it's pretty freaking hard. I really hope there is a sequel to this game. Next we have Resident Evil Village, and I replayed this game about 4 times. It was that good. Obviously you should play Resident Evil 7 first because you are following the journey of Ethan Winters, and Resident Evil 7, his wife is basically possessed. Resident Evil 8, his baby gets kidnapped and he's on a journey to get her back. Castle was my favorite part of the game. The amount of hours I wasted just looking around the castle, it was so immersive. And damn, that vampire lady was so tall. She was a tall vampire lady. That's it. Let's move on. I know I slate Ubisoft sometimes, but Immortals Fenyx Rising was, oh my. This was a game I played for hours and hours, and this is a beautiful freaking game. I'm gutted they have decided not to go through with the sequel to this game. It's just such a joke that they keep focusing on Assassin's Creed games. A lot of people may not have played this game, but I urge you to play this game. You could get it very cheap now as well. You play as Fenyx, and Typhon wants to kill the gods, and it is up to you to help the gods of Olympus to save the world. The puzzles are amazing, they're hard, they're creative, the graphics and the colors, you can get different mounts, the upgrade system I love so much, and I just want to play this game again. The comedic banter between the gods is so funny. Guys, I know I have changed because on this list is Final Fantasy XIV Online, and who would have thought I would love an online game? An online game! What has happened to me? I did a video talking about this a few videos back, and it was actually sponsored by Square Enix, which I was quite proud of. But Final Fantasy Online is just so addictive. It is a proper RPG. Yes, it can be overwhelming at the start with its menus and the buttons. There is a story to this game. And even though it's online, because of the story, I'm just so engaged with this game, doing everything at your own pace. I love the world of Final Fantasy, but you must give this one a go. Free trial for up to level 60. Make sure I'll put the link in below where you could set up a Square Enix account. It will, support the channel. Now, a lot of people say Demon Souls is one of the easiest Soul games, but I don't care. It was still hard, but I completed it 3 times. This was an amazing launch title for the PS5. Do not be put off this because it may be a challenge. I really enjoyed this game once you know how it works. The levels can last quite a long time, so you do need to make sure you don't just kill yourself for no reason and lose all your souls. Leveling up and exploring all of these different worlds, finding new weapons, the boss fights are crazy. And you know what's really fun about this game? The last level and the last boss is really easy. Yeah, that caught me by surprise. I thought someone was punking me. Coming up to the top 10 very soon, and next we have Resident Evil 4 Remake. Another remake in this generation of remakes. Yes, there are a lot of remakes, but this one is a 10 out of 10 for me. How much I love the original, and I mostly played that one on my Nintendo Wii at the time. Playing as the legendary Leon Kennedy, this game feels so different, but then so similar to the original. They've done it so well. You basically feel like John Wick playing this game. There's not much more I need to say about this game, because again, I've done so many videos on these games, but this one was freaking scary as well. The Plague Tale series is one of my favorite series, and it's an indie game. The story in this game and the relationship between Hugo and Amicia is one similar to Joel and Ellie. When I played Innocence for the first time, I was so shocked more and more people were not talking about this game. The sequel is even better with more abilities from Amicia and Hugo, as well as a new crossbow. And although I played this game at 30 FPS and it didn't dampen my experience, yes, I would have liked 60 FPS. Turns out it came out, they did a patch, and there's a 60 FPS, and I haven't tried it yet because this would be unbelievable in 60 FPS and what I would prefer. And it's annoying that games don't do that and they wait like 6-7 months before they update the game. Death Stranding, I really enjoyed this game, and a lot of people may not. This might not be your sort of game. Well, this is shit. It isn't a lot of people's favorite choice for a game, as it is a very slow burner. You start off with delivering parcels to different parts of America, and you have to go by foot mostly. You're essentially helping America rebuild the chiral network as the world is swarming with beached things. Basically, the dead cannot move on, and they share the same universe. The story is very complicated, but with a bit of research, you will start piecing things together.
So, you have dooms, like me?
I've got the extinction factor.
I need to research this. What the hell are they going on about?
What's your level? You can see them, right?
All of you!
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?
You eventually get vehicles in the game so you can travel across the world a lot easier. As it's online as well, it will also be a lot easier because other players will create paths and roads and they will automatically be in your world. Into the top 10, and Astro's Playroom was the first game I did play on my PS5. This is probably the only game on the PS5 that takes full advantage of the haptic feedback and the DualSense controller. This was an amazing game, and I think Sony are onto something with Astros. They need to create a full AAA game with this game. Did I say that right? It's free, it comes with your console. What are you doing? This will be one of the most epic, fun games you will play on your PS5. Number 9, we have Hogwarts Legacy. As a child, I loved the books, even though I didn't read all of them, but I still have them. This was only something you could imagine a game in Hogwarts, and they absolutely nailed this game. I've done a full review on it. This game delivered on all fronts, and I don't think a lot of people had faith in this developer because they'd never done a proper game like this. What an open world experience to Hogwarts and Harry Potter fans. Yeah, that boycott, didn't really work.
You serious?
Made over $1 billion. Turns out the internet is fake. Don't go by Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. You will get hours of endless fun. My mouth is dry, I need a drink. What can I say about The Last of Us Part 1? One of my favorite games of all time. And yes, the magical remake of this game from Naughty Dog was, well needed. This is the best way to play this game. This is one of my favorite games of all time, and I just love Joel and Ellie's relationship. I love Joel, he's been there since I was like 13 playing the original. And this is a game you would not regret playing. It is that good.
There's some pretty gnarly stuff in here.
Ellie!
And I played this game I think 15, 20 times. And that's what I love about some of these linear games. You play them more and more rather than open world games. They can get really bloated, but not with this one. Yeah, not much needs to be said, but this has had to be in my top 10. I'm proud that you fellow Neutronians watching this advised me to play Days Gone. Why did it take me so long to play this game? Similar to The Last of Us in terms of a virus breaks out and everyone turns to zombies. This is an open world zombie game we've always wanted. You play as Deacon St. John, a generic white protagonist, according to someone at IGN when I saw that first impressions or something. Yeah.
You don't know what you're talking about, do you?
He is a biker, a tough guy, and him and his buddy Boozer are out for survival. And after getting split from his wife at the start of the game, 2 years pass and Deacon is trying to find a way to move on. The gunplay is so damn satisfying, it's sweet. I freaking love riding my bike just throughout this world. It is so satisfying. You can upgrade your weapons, you can upgrade and customize your bike. Yes, it is a slow burner, but one that really does pay off. It's not an emotional story, but it's a great story. Oh, I'm so glad I played this game. And when you get those hordes coming at you, while the adrenaline through my veins.
Ready for this? You want it?
Now, I bought Star Wars Jedi Survivor on day one, and, well, it feels a bit, guys, I'm not gonna lie, it looks a bit, something's wrong with the graphics. Hey guys, the frames are dropping. His hair looks like PS3. Yeah, even though I'm still annoyed at EA releasing a half-baked game, I loved this game. I wanted to play this game again and again, but I'm definitely gonna wait till they patch this game and complete it. Funny that they completed my payment when I bought it. This was a very ambitious game. This has a massive open world feel to it. The environments, the combat is so good. You can pick different lightsabers, different stances. You can customize yourself and BD1. Your home planet with Pyloon Saloon, you can collect fish, play games, talk to other NPCs that you will meet in the game, and you can start side quests. Not sure about what the state of the game is now, but wow, what a game this was. and I'm not playing it again until they finish it, which will be a very long time.
Good thing we delayed this by months. Now the boxes are shiny.
Starting number 5 with Spider-Man Remastered and Miles Morales. And I played it on stream, Spider-Man Remastered, and we're currently playing Miles Morales. This just gets me hyped for Spider-Man 2. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for that game. This is why it had to be in my top 5. This is one of the best Spider-Man games ever. Well, both of them are. I always wanted to get bitten by a spider. I don't need to say much about this because I've already done so many videos on it and we're playing it on live stream. So you might as well join us there every Monday and Thursday from 4 PM UK GMT. And you might meet Peter Pavlou because we're going to get a new suit for when Spider-Man 2 comes out, but I haven't seen him in a while. What was that? In number 4, we have God of War and God of War Ragnarok. And this was probably one of the most hyped and anticipated games. Wow, did it deliver on so many... Yeah. What I love so much about the game, not just the insane combat. When you are roaming around, the amount of dialogue between Mimir, Atreus and Kratos, wow, I was in the area for so long and the amount of conversation that was going on, it was so immersive. Make sure you do the side missions, especially at the end, because there are a lot of freaking twists. There was no New Game Plus when I finished the game and I wanted to do it, but now that there is, this gives me a reason to get back to this game. Now in number 3, Final Fantasy 16. Yes, I just done a video on this with my full review, so I'm not going to say too much. First Final Fantasy game I am playing. The story for me is one of the best storylines I've experienced because I never thought it would hit me like that. The story is so deep. Yes, there's a lot of cutscenes, but it sets the story. You need to just see my previous video, but this had to be up there. I loved the combat, the abilities, everything in this game. Wow. Now in number 2, it's the one and only The Witcher 3. The PS5 version, which was free. Yeah, which was free for anyone who had the game. Yeah, CD Projekt Red, you delivered on that front. But you know, Naughty Dog, you didn't need to charge full price, £70. No, The Witcher 3, they do so much with this game in terms of updates. And it's a free update if you've got the game. I need to jump back on this game and the DLC as I haven't fully completed it. But the emotion, the characters are incredible. And of course, the game is about The Witcher. You hear that, Netflix? The game, The Witcher, is about The Witcher. We want to hear stories about The Witcher. You know, the Netflix series is not about The Witcher. This is such an amazing story, and I never thought I would be so attached to the story and the characters, and it would be so emotional because it's a non-linear RPG. You can start off in different areas, you can start different missions. It's just not linear. It's all at your own pace. So there's so much replayability in this game. And for an open world game, yeah, I could just keep playing this over and over again. Different swords that, wow. My blood pressure's rising. What can I say about the music?
Look at this. Somebody come look at this.
They're coming in through the gaps!
Time iridium bombs. You'll find more in the crates by the walls.
I listen to this at the gym sometimes when I'm about to deadlift and I'm like, you know what, I need some motivation. Now in number 1, this was easy to make this decision because Ghost of Tsushima, this was one of the best games I've experienced on the PS5. Sucker Punch, another amazing PlayStation studio, and what can I say about this game? This was easy to put in number 1 because I played this like 3 times, and again for an open world game, this hit hard on so many different levels. This is a game you must experience, even if you feel like my backlog, get it to the front of your backlog. You will not regret playing this game. Jin Sakai nearly dies at the start of the game trying to defeat the Mongols who are trying to take over his land and defeat the samurai, and he gets saved. He goes through an emotional journey of doing what it takes to save his land, and even though it may mean going against his uncle who has taught him everything he knows about being a samurai, who is also kidnapped, he has a difficult decision to make. You can also play this game in black and white, literally like an original Japanese movie. The customization is amazing. The way it feels when you are fighting these enemies, you feel like a samurai. Damn it, I don't know how long this video is, but I could talk about Ghost of Tsushima over and over again. That is my list so far, and I'm just going to mention some of the games I haven't mentioned in case you're like, why didn't you mention these? So as of this video, I still haven't played Immortals of Avium, which I am super excited about because I'm very intrigued about this game, so I have pre-ordered it. Spider-Man 2 is obviously not out, but I have mentioned it. Alone in the Dark. And obviously I haven't mentioned The Last of Us Part 2 because I'm sure you already guys know who watched the channel that I really didn't like that game. Shout out to Rafi, the talented artist, because this is what Abby would really look like if this was a realistic game. And Baldur's Gate 3, that is a game I cannot wait to play, even though it does not seem like my normal game. So I'm sure there's games that I've missed out, but there was just too many to get through, but these are the ones that were in my mind. But what do you think of the games I've mentioned? What are your favorite games? What ones have you played or are going to play? Be sure to drop your thoughts in the comments and let me know. Well, let's take a look at the comment of the day from my previous video. I played Final Fantasy 16 in 2023. Shout out to Kenneth. The story was amazing. They built up the villain so well, and the reveal of his origin story at the end had me on the edge of my seat. Thanks for the comment, Kenneth. And when I say this story, it may seem confusing through your first playthrough. As you go along in the story and things start to unfold and you understand them, wow, the origin story and the ending is unbelievable. You need to play that game. But now the video's done. I have been talking for 57 minutes. I need to edit this video. So I've had my PS5 since, you know what? So I've had my PS5, you know what? I love the face. I did love the fact that you had your own home. I love the fact that you had your own home base with Ravensthorpe. I love the challenges, the licenses. When Stray first dropped on the PS Plus Extra. Are we good? I'm gonna check that the camera's still on because the last thing I want to do is waste my time. What is true? But there it. Anyways, mainly because. Anyways, I love the. Yeah, it was a. But that's how. I love. Your mum. Imagine I was in a. Yes, it feels like the Assassin's Creed games, but this was just yeah. I know I've quite 2 years. Wow, did it deliver? Did it deliver on so many fronts? Yes, there's a lot of cutscenes. You hear that Netflix series? You hear that Witcher? You hear that? Ghost of Tsushima Ghost of Tsushima. This just is in a slow. And I'm just going to mention some of the games I haven't mentioned. When my boiler, why is it going on? And I thought